Good morning, I'm Sarah Sapsanamma. Let's begin with the top stories of the hour. Nepal Premier League to kick off this afternoon. Viratnagar Kings to face Janakpur Bulls in the inaugural match at 12:15 p.m. kickoff in TU Cricket Ground. Ruling partners Nepali Congress and CPNML agreed to forward BRI draft deal. Minister for Foreign Affairs Arjun Rana holds parley with the Chinese counterpart Wang Yi. Majority national pride projects fail to gain momentum even after the lapse of decades. Projects limited to announcements. Experts attribute lack of coordination as one of the many reasons. And members of lower house of parliament in the UK back proposal to legalise assisted dying. Opponents say vulnerable ill people may feel compelled to end their lives out of fear of being a burden to others. The first edition of Nepal Premier League NPL is kicking off from today in Kathmandu. Viratnagar Kings, captained by Sandeep Lamichhane, are up against Janakpur Bulls, led by Anil Shah in the inaugural match that has been scheduled for 12:15 p.m. kickoff in TU Cricket Ground in Kantipur. The Viratnagar team that has Martin Guptill practiced a few matches in home ground. However, due to lack of grounds, Janakpur only got to practice for the tournament after arriving Kathmandu. With Asif Sheikh as marquee player, Janakpur also boasts players like Lalit Rajbanshi, Kishore Mahato, Shubh Kansakar, Tulbahadur Thapa, among others. Hemant Dhami, meanwhile, is unavailable due to Under-19 Asia Cup. James Neesham from New Zealand is another strong player in Janakpur. Viratnagar boasts T20 specialists like Lokesh Bam, Pratish GC, Bashir Ahmed and Jitendra Mukhia. Tickets for the inaugural match were sold out within 24 hours of opening itself. 8 franchise teams are participating in the tournament. And in this context, in our Public Voice segment, we've asked people in several provinces how excited are they for the Nepal Premier League NPL. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
स्टार खेलाडीहरुको उपस्थितिले र क्यानले जुन व्यवस्थापनका साथ गरिरहेको छ यसले गर्दा एकदमै उत्साहित छ।
धेरै जस्तो खेलाडी छ जो हाम्रो यहाँ खेल्न चाहन्छ तर त्यो नि खेल्न पाइरहेको थिएन, अब त्यो खेल्न गइरहेछ, त्यसको लागि कङ्ग्रेचुलेसन्स।
नेपालमा पहिलो चोटी हुन गइरहेको छ एनपीएल, त्यही भएर हामी सबै उत्साहित छौं।
विभिन्न देशबाट आउने कोचहरुबाट हामीले नयाँ कुराहरु सिक्न पाउने हौ र यसले गर्दा हाम्रो नेपाली प्लेयरहरुको लागि भोलिका दिनहरुमा सहज हुने हो।
ठुलठुलो प्लेयरहरु नि खेल्न आउनु भएको छ यसमा, हामी एकदम खुसी छौं।
सामाजिक सञ्जालदेखि लगेर टिकटकहरुमा अहिले कर्णाली एक्सको चाहिँ एकदम धेरै चर्चा पनि छ।
नेपालीको लागि सारै चाहिँ एकदम उत्साहको दिन हुनेछ।
शिखर धवन सहितका खेलाडीहरु आउँदाखेरि नेपालले पक्कै पनि नेपालको क्रिकेट क्षेत्रले एउटा फड्को मार्छ भन्ने लागेको छ।
खेलाडीहरुले भोलि आफ्नो भविष्य यही तय गर्न सक्छन् भन्ने कुरा एउटा प्लेटफर्म मिलेको छ।
हाम्रो नेपालमा पनि एउटा ठूलो लीगको आयोजना जुन भइरहेको छ त्यो नेपालीको लागि धेरै खुसीको खबर छ।
हुन गइरहेको एनपीएल भविष्यको लागि पनि राम्रो हुन सक्छ। त्यही भएर म यही भन्न चाहन्छु कि आउने टाइममा पनि युवाहरू यसमा आकर्षित हुनु।
अत्यन्तै उत्साहित छौं। नेपालको लागि पनि गौरवको कुरो हो।
आसिफ शेख र अनिल शाहलाई हेर्न एक्साइटेड छु।
खेलाडीहरू जुन हुनुहुन्छ सबैको म्याच हेर्नको लागि एकदमै एक्साइटेड छु।
हामी धेरै एक्साइटेड छौं। हाम्रो देशमा पनि एनपीएल भइरहेको छ। तपाईलाई थाहा पनि छ टिकट सोल्ड भइसक्यो, अब ठाउँ पनि छैन। त्यो भनेको एकदम क्रेज बढेको।
नेपालका सबै प्रदेशहरुबाट सहभागिता जनाउँदाखेरि हामी उत्साहित छौं र आफ्नै देशमा भएको गेमलाई हामीले हेर्नुपर्छ।
Moving on, ruling alliance partners CPNML and Nepali Congress have agreed to take forward China's Belt and Road Initiative BRI. The two parties agreed for the BRI partnership framework on financial cooperation, infrastructure connectivity projects and trade, among others. Minister for Home Affairs Ramesh Lekhak informed that the two parties had reached a consensus and the draft proposal would be sent to China. The draft framework proposes for grants depending on Nepal's need. A task force was formed to dwell on the proposal floated by Chinese side, which finalized the framework draft and submitted it to Prime Minister Oli yesterday. If China agrees with the draft, a memorandum of understanding will be signed during Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli's visit that has been scheduled for Monday. Meanwhile, Minister for Foreign Affairs Arjun Rana, who is in China, has met with the Chinese counterpart Wang Yi. The meeting was held yesterday in Chengdu as the two sides dwelt on Nepal-China relations and Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli's upcoming China visit. Minister Rana also extended an invitation for Nepal visit to Wang Yi. Likewise, the minister also extended gratitude for the announcement by the Chinese government of exempting visa fees for Nepali citizens. The two sides also expressed optimism towards ensuring customs points remain open and both sides can engage in trade. The meeting also dwelled in the potential projects that will be discussed during Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli's China visit. Minister Rana also took part in a dinner program hosted by Wang Yi. The Minister of Foreign Affairs back home issued a press release yesterday informing that Prime Minister Oli will meet with the Chinese President Xi Jinping, among others, during his stay in China. The government has been announcing of national pride projects since the fiscal year 2068-69, more than a decade ago. 24 projects have been allocated under the heading. However, progress on most of the projects have remained dismal. The Babai irrigation project, with the intention of providing irrigation facility to Bardia's 36,000 hectares of land all year round, began in the year 2045-46. That was more than 3 decades ago. However, the project has yet to complete. The physical progress in 35 years stands at 72%. Lack of budget has been attributed as one of the reasons behind the failure to complete the project on time.
हामी जनताले महसुस गरिराखेको त्यहाँ हेरेको हो त्यो सुरुङको काम भइसकेको थियो तर अहिलेसम्म सञ्चालनमा आए छैनन्.
Construction of Mahakali irrigation project that kicked off some 17 years ago also has yet to complete. The progress of the project stands at 24%. Another much-touted Budi Gandaki hydropower project that began works 11 years ago. However, the project progress stands at 10%. The fate of projects like Sunkoshi Marine, Sikta Bheri Babai diversion, Rani Jamara Kularia, among others, are similar. Experts have attributed lack of coordination and the trend of leaders to limit themselves in handing out directives as the reasons behind the sluggish progress. Meanwhile, works of Kathmandu Tarai fast track, which has been assigned to Nepal Army, has only reached 36% in 5 years. Issues like land acquisition in Kokona region, determination of the starting point, environmental assessments, among others, have left the project struggling. The state of North-South Karnali corridor is even dire, as in 15 years the project has gained just 3% progress.
मैले चाहेर मात्रै मैले त्यो निर्देशनले मात्रै हुने भए त किन आयोजना प्रमुख चाहिन्छ? प्रधानमन्त्रीज्यूले कोठामा बसेर निर्देशन दिनुहुन्छ सिद्धिहाल्छ, अथवा मन्त्रीज्यूले निर्देशन दिनुहुन्छ सिद्धिहाल्छ, तर आयोजना त्यसरी सिद्धिँदो रहन्छ नि त. यो कुरो किन नबुझेको हाम्रो नीति निर्माण गर्नेले र साधारण तरिकाबाट समस्या समाधान गरेर अगाडि बढ्नुपर्छ भन्ने जुन संवेदनशीलता, त्यो संवेदनशीलता चाहिँ उहाँहरूले गुमाउनु भएको अवस्था हो कि हो. त्यसले गर्दाखेरि यसमा बारम्बार समस्या देखा पर्छ.
इन जनरल भन्ने हो भने राष्ट्रिय गौरवको आयोजना भनिए पनि राष्ट्रिय गौरवको आयोजना अनुसार चाहिँ त्यसलाई छुट्टै ट्रिट नगर्ने, छुट्टै बजेट, छुट्टै त्यसको लागि प्राथमिकता यस्तो नछुट्याउने कारणले गर्दाखेरि पनि आयोजनाहरू पछाडि परेका छन्.
Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli, during his previous term, had directed concerned units to complete the projects on time. However, the delay has inflated project costs. It is time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion. The question is, why have farmers lost interest in sugarcane farming despite support prices and grants from the government? Your options are A, high investment, low price, B, grants just a formality, and C, delayed payments. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Time now for international update. Britain's Parliament has voted in favour of a new bill to legalise assisted dying yesterday, opening the way for months of further debate on an issue that has divided the country and raised questions about the standard of palliative care. After a passionate debate in the House of Commons, the lower house of Parliament, 330 lawmakers voted in favour of the terminally ill adults end-of-life bill with 275 against. Under the bill, mentally competent, terminally ill adults in England and Wales who are assessed by doctors to have 6 months or less to live would be allowed the right to choose to end their lives with medical help. Those in favour of the bill say it is about shortening the death of those who are terminally ill and giving them more control. But opponents say vulnerable ill people may feel they should end their lives for the fear of being a burden to their families and society rather than for their own well-being. Others expressed concern there had not been enough time to consider the bill before voting. The initial parliamentary vote in favor of the bill will start months of debate, and the bill could be changed as it makes its way through both the House of Commons and the upper house of the Parliament, the House of Lords. According to UK-based monitoring group Syrian Observatory Human Rights (SOHR), rebel forces in Syria have taken control of several neighborhoods in the country's second-largest city, Aleppo. SOHR said rebels were in control of more than half of the city. The move is the biggest offensive against the Syrian government in years, and the first time rebels fighting the forces of President Bashar al-Assad have reached Aleppo since being forced out by the army in 2016. Government forces, meanwhile, say they have regained positions in a number of towns in Aleppo and Idlib provinces following an offensive launched by HTS and allied factions on Wednesday. More than 500,000 people have been killed in the civil war that erupted after the government crackdown on pro-democracy protests in 2011. An array of armed groups opposed to the Assad government, including jihadists, took advantage of the turmoil to seize swaths of territory. The Syrian government, with help from Russia and other allies, later retook most of the areas it had lost. Idlib, the last remaining opposition stronghold, is mostly controlled by Islamist militant group Hayat Tahrir al-Sham (HTS), but Turkish-backed rebel factions and Turkish forces are also based in there. The government says reinforcements have now reached Aleppo and it is driving the rebel out. Military said that all flights out of Aleppo have been cancelled and the airport has been closed. SOHR reported that Syrian and Russian planes carried out 23 airstrikes on the Aleppo region yesterday. The SOHR said 255 people had been killed in the fighting. Fighting in Idlib had largely wound down since 2020 when Turkey and Russia, Syria's key ally, brokered a ceasefire to halt a push by the government to retake the province. Now, Mexican authorities reported that 8 people, including 1 police officer, were killed in the northern city of Culiacan, the latest event in a wave of drug cartel-related violence that has swept the region. The Sinaloa State Security Undersecretary Leoncio Pedro Garcia said that 3 of the fatalities occurred following a shootout at an illegal gambling venue. Garcia stressed the need for civilians and police to remain vigilant and aware. Sinaloa prosecutor reported another 5 bodies were discovered with signs of torture earlier this week on Tuesday. Sinaloa and its capital, Culiacan, have been grappling with organized crime-related violence, impacting both civilians and security forces within a wider context of internal conflict between factions of the powerful Sinaloa cartel. That is all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.